Lake Mungo. Now, this film is a film that I checked out all because Chris Stuckman said this film's pretty scary. So I watched Chris Stuckman's review on Lake Mungo, and I was like, yeah, I gotta check this movie out. And it's Halloween season, and let me tell you, this movie is very, very unsettling. I wouldn't say it's scary, it's more of an unsettling feeling that you get, and you do feel this sort of, like, I would say, dread throughout the film. And the ending definitely leaves you wanting more. And I'll explain that right now. I'm about to get into spoilers. If you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime, so definitely worth checking out. It's a little mockumentary, but if you've watched it, let's just talk about the ending and my thoughts on it. So this is another 13 days of Halloween. We are on the 11th day, 11 days to Halloween, I believe. So Lake Mungo is a mockumentary film from 2008, and I think this is way ahead of its time. I think there was other films that were trying to replicate this as well. I think Lake Mungo is one of the films that does it very well. So if nobody told me this was a documentary, it would take me a while to figure it out that this is a documentary. A mockumentary. Duh, it's a mockumentary. But no, all kidding aside, I think the acting in it was great. Definitely very believable that this was sort of like a documentary, mockumentary of sorts. But the film basically follows this family trying to figure out what happened to their daughter that actually drowned in the lake, Lake Mungo. So we basically start with that story, then we start seeing that the brother has set up cameras around the house. They start seeing a figure they believe to be the ghost of the daughter, and then they are like, what the hell's going on? Turns out it was actually the brother who was pretending to be the daughter, and the reason he was doing this was because he wanted the body to be exhumed, because the mom never had any closure, because she never went to go see the body when it was retrieved from the lake. Only the father did, and she always had this doubt whether or not that really was her daughter or not. And they actually exhumed the body. Turns out, yes, it is. And then we get to another plot twist, and that is that the neighbors had actually been sneaking into the house as well, and we see that zoomed in, and we're just like, wait, why didn't I notice that when they showed it like 20 minutes ago? And there's a lot of scenes like that where they zoom into the video more than a couple of times to show you things that you never noticed were there, but they were always there if you go back and look at it. And so the neighbor was sneaking into the house because he wanted to retrieve a tape that he had made with the daughter and basically his wife. That was a very interesting thing, I thought, just the way it shows you things that were happening that you might have not noticed, but they were always right in front of your eyes. Then we get to the part where it starts to get a little bit more creepier as we start to realize nothing's happening how we expected it to happen. Because it turns out that the daughter had been talking to the psychic that the mom was talking to throughout the whole film about wanting to know what to do and what's going on. The daughter had visited that psychic before about some feelings, some dreams that she was having, and in one of those instances, we find out that she buried some of her belongings, and in those belongings was one of her cell phones, where we see a video she took previous night where she actually runs into her dead ghost of her drowning before she even drowns, and I think it was a month prior. One of the scariest scenes ever, just the way it just comes up and the way it builds up to it, definitely had me like, holy fuck. So I watched this with my lights on. I'm not gonna lie to you, I watched it with my lights on. Go ahead and try it with the lights off. It's definitely gonna be very creepy, I believe. But yeah, then we get to the ending when they are accepting the reality that she probably saw her ghost, she probably died after, and she is now gone. So we start to realize that they need closure. The mom, the family decide to move, and they end up moving, and she has sort of this psychic walkthrough of the home where she says that she has moved on, the daughter, and that she doesn't see her no more, which means that she's moved on and she can move on herself. What we come to find out towards the ending, however, is that the daughter says she sees the mom, and the mom pretends to not see her maybe and leaves. So this leads me to believe that her ghost is still there, and this is also acknowledged by the fact that we get another look at all the tapes before, and we see the son pretending to be her, the neighbor, and then it zooms in even further in, and it's like, wait, there was a figure in the corner all along, and as it zooms in even more, it was a daughter's ghost. She was always there the whole time. Even at the end, with the last shot that's taken, you can see the daughter in the background, the family moving away, and it's just like, so yeah, I think that the ending in the film is there to say that maybe the family never had closure really, but they just pretended to have it because they just wanted to have it. So they just ignored everything else and moved on with their lives, while Alice is now stuck in this home because she doesn't have that closure that they are pretending to have. So I could guess you could say that Alice is still a ghost. She always was a ghost, and she's still there because there is no closure for her. And I thought that that was pretty interesting. There are many theories floating around about this movie. I'm not sure how many people would want me to talk about that because I'm not sure how many people actually are going to watch this film. It's from 2008, so I watched it because of Chris Stuckman. I'm pretty sure many other people who will come to watch this watched it because of him. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film and very interesting, very creepy, a good movie to check out for Halloween. But let me know your thoughts on Lake Mungo. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? What was your thoughts on the ending? And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. 10,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. Make sure you like, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all next time. Stay positive.